Yo 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 yo. I'm having trouble writing, man. I've never really had this much trouble before. When I was younger, I mean, I've been writing my whole life, creative writing. But when I was younger, I used to just be able to sit at, the computer or notebook or whatever, and just like I would just write, for hours. I would just write, and I would do like 10, 20, 30 pages an hour. It'd just be basically nonstop, just writing, just whatever was coming to mind. And it seems like lately, all I can really do is just like I'm always trying to perfect each sentence. Like each sentence has to be perfect in order for me to move on to the next one. And I don't know where this new style of writing came from that I've adapted and feel like I need to use, but it is not very efficient and it's not very productive. And but I'm kind of in the habit of it, and I kind of feel stuck because I can't really. It's really hard for me to move on if I don't feel like I've mastered the last part of um, of the story or the paragraph or whatever, and it's made it so I can only write like a few sentences an hour rather than pages or like a few paragraphs at most. But I feel like I think my writing itself has gotten better. Like each sentence is higher quality than when I was younger, just because of my vocabulary has expanded and my writing technique has just become more mature. It's matured a little bit. It's more intellectual. I think it's more interesting in general, but I can't seem to get anything done. Like it just takes too long um, to even get the smallest bit of writing out. And I have ambitious goals. I want to have. I want to publish my first book at some point in not the near future, but the somewhat near future. Hopefully at least a few years from now, I'll have a book published. Um, but not only that, but I want to have like series of books, and I want to, by the time my career is over, which is probably until I die, because I don't think I'll ever stop writing. Um, Especially because it's so easy. Like all I need is a laptop or a notebook. So even if I was severely disabled by the time I'm elderly, which probably isn't likely, but it's possible. Hope it doesn't happen. But even then, I would still be able to write because even with voice recognition, it's so good these days. And by the time I'm that age, voice recognition is going to be insane. Anyways, back to the point. I I have really ambitious goals, and I really want to have a prolific career. And if that's going to happen, I'm going to need to learn how to write more productively and more efficiently, rather than just being hung up on sentences that don't seem to be perfect. This floor is really squeaky. I'm sorry. Maybe I should just stop moving. Um, yeah, so today I got up, did some yoga, did some meditation, did some exercise. I have this little note actually. I'll show you. I'll show the camera just for time capsule sake. I've kind of been following this little regiment every day. Yoga, meditation, exercise, eat breakfast, and then read, and then write. And I think this is a solid routine. Like, I get my stretching in, I get to calm my mind a little bit and meditate, and then I get to, release my energy through exercise. And that's before breakfast. Exercise before breakfast is always good because exercising on an empty stomach, from my experience at least, produces better results and it feels better. I don't like exercising with a full stomach. And then I get to read, stimulate my mind a little bit and learn, and then use that stimulation and just that mind activation to write some stuff, some creative writing. So I think it's a solid routine, and I've been sticking to it. Not completely, but mostly for the last few days or so. I kind of like it, and I'm hoping to expand on it and get better at it. But yeah, like I said in one of my other videos, it's really strange to me why it's so hard for us to do the things that we want to do. It's like we have all these goals and ambitions and stuff, and it seems like it's still super hard for us to find the motivation to do that. Obviously, not everyone. There's some people who have no problem with it, and they've kind of mastered life in a way, or at least the productive lifestyle. But I think most people, at least most people that I know, still have trouble, you know, getting to everything they want to do with, the time allotted to them. And I don't think it's because we don't have enough time. I think it's actually just because we're super distracted. We get distracted with other stuff, and I don't think we realize how much time we spend being distracted or doing things that are unproductive that aren't necessary. When I really observe my days and look back and reflect on where I spent my time, I definitely realize that there are, sometimes hours that I could have utilized in somewhere more productive than I actually did. And that still is a bad habit of mine, that I don't use up all the time I possibly could. Um, but yeah, so this vlog was kind of just on a whim. I've been writing all day, basically, since I finished my morning routine, and I lately I've just been kind of conceding to the fact that like I just like can't write right now, but I'm starting to realize that if I want to be a writer, I need to solve the problem. I need to get to the root of the problem that's preventing me from writing, rather than just like putting writing off because I can't seem to write. Like, because at the end of the day, all it takes to be a writer is to write. Like it doesn't matter what you write. It doesn't have to be good or bad or perfect or horrible. It doesn't matter. You just have to write, get something on the page, and move on. And what where my problem begins is when I sit down at the computer or the notebook and I look at the blank page or what I have already, and I'm just constantly judging it, thinking it's bad or good, or just typically what I tend to think is it's just not perfect. Um, and even though I understand that perfection is not a good place to aim because you'll never reach it, for some reason, somewhere up here in the command center, it's still just a lot of dissatisfaction going on with the writing. So I think when I was in high school, I had a creative writing class where every class for 15 minutes at the beginning, we would just write. We would have a prompt and we would just write creative writing, just like stream of consciousness. And our teacher told us, like, don't even use your eraser, just write whatever comes to mind, whether or not you think it's good or bad, just write and get as much out on the page as you can. And I think maybe I should go back to that, because I think that might be a good exercise for, for the problems I've been having with writing lately. So I'm gonna get back to writing now, and see you tomorrow. Adios.